Hi everyone, I am Tequila, owner of the Art Lounge, and welcome to our instructional video for the Tiki Painting Kits. If you have this painting kit, stay tuned and I'll be giving you some quick instructions on how to paint this painting. Okay, so this video is meant to be kind of short. It's not going to be super long. I know how it is when you have never painted before or you haven't painted since maybe elementary school and you're kind of nervous and you don't know what to do. We gave you painting tips, but again, I know how it can be when you're trying to read something and you still really don't understand, so you may need a visual, right? I'm a visual learner as well, so I decided to start making videos on YouTube so that my customers can actually see what it is that I'm trying to explain. So the videos here are not meant to be super long. They're just meant to kind of give you some confidence and start you off so that you can finish your painting and enjoy the painting experience, okay? So we're gonna go through the supplies that you should have with you, and I'm just looking on my table because I have stuff over there. So you should have your paint. Now your paint is gonna come in a little cup like this. Don't worry about, if you have the cups, don't worry about putting it on a plate. If I were you, I would keep it in a cup because once you're done, you can throw them away. Or you can actually keep it for another time. So if you have a lot left over, definitely keep these painting containers. Next, you're gonna need your paintbrushes. You should have your apron on. You should have a cup of water, and you should have a napkin or a paper towel. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is paint the background of the painting. So you need to grab your big brush. Make sure you wet your brush in the water. Once you wet it, make sure you sweep it across your napkin. Anytime that you wet your brush, you always wanna dry it off, okay? So I am wetting my brush right now. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, oh, and let me show you this. So everyone, if you have this painting kit, then you should have a photo of the finished product. And this is what it looks like, okay? So we start here, finish here. So I'm gonna show you all, I'm not gonna do everything on this painting. Like I said, this is just something to kind of start you off and show you what to do. I think the hardest part, well, it's not really hard, but I think the part that people may have a little difficulty with could be the background and the palm trees. So I'm gonna show you how to do the background, and I'm gonna show you how to do a palm tree or two, and hopefully that will help you complete the painting. So the first thing is we want to paint our background. So if you notice, the top of it is red. Let me pick it up again so you can see. The top of it is red. And then it kind of fades down here. It kind of turns orange or yellow. So I'm going to show you all how to do that. All right, so dip your brush into your red. And what we're gonna do is bring this a little closer. Let me make sure you all can see it. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do, to get that textured background, we're gonna do X's, just like this, an X. And I'm doing it in slow motion so that you can see what it looks like. Just like that. It looks like an X. So we're gonna do that all over, I would say, towards the middle. And then we'll start with the next color. So make sure you fill it in. You don't want any white spots. Make sure you cover your edges. I have a flat board, so I don't have any edges to paint, but if you have the painting kit, then you should have a gallery wrapped canvas, which means you have a kind of like a wooden build out behind the canvas. It's a wooden square, and the canvas material is wrapped around it and it's ready to hang. This right here is just a flat board, so I don't have the ability to paint my edges, but make sure you paint your edges. Anybody will tell you if you attend one of my painting classes at the Art Lounge, that's my like pet peeve. Paint your edges, paint your edges. That's that's the only thing I say the whole time. Paint your edges, okay? And the reason for that is like when you don't paint your edges, I just feel like it looks like your painting is not finished. And you want everything to look like it's finished on your canvas, especially if you're gonna hang it. It just looks so much better when everything is completed and everything has paint on it. When you paint the front of it and the sides of it are white or whatever color, it just doesn't look good to me, honestly. It just doesn't. So make sure you paint those edges. Get those edges, y'all. And I'm still doing the X, but I'm doing it faster so it may not look like an X. But you want to cover this entire thing, okay? And then once you get down to the middle, now I'm painting faster. Also, my canvas is smaller, so I may finish mine a little bit faster than you. If that is the case, don't try to speed paint with me. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can enjoy your painting experience and take your time. And then once you're finished, then you can go ahead and pick back up where you left off. So the next step would be to add yellow. And you can start adding the yellow like right at the bottom, well, right into the red, because you want it to mix. So you want it to mix into your red. And I'm actually gonna like go into the red up here. And again, it looks like I'm painting really fast because this canvas is small. Okay, so you should have something like that. Now you know this bottom half here is gonna be black. So don't worry about that right now. We're just learning about here, and make sure you get your edges. Again, make sure you paint all the way around. And let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So this is another painting, right? This painting is a wrapped canvas. You have that wooden build out here, and the canvas is wrapped around it. These are, let me back this up. These are the edges that I'm talking about. So whatever you do on the front, you bring it off the side. Same thing for the bottom. Whatever you do here, if it comes down to the bottom, then paint your bottom. Okay? So you want the whole thing completed. All right. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush. Whenever you clean your brush, make sure you mash this down here in the bottom so that it can clean really well. Pat it on your napkin. And I'm just going to use one of these. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do would be to, and you can start anywhere you want. If you would like to do the bottom half, you can, or if you want to do the top, you can do that too. So what I'm going to do is actually You can use plain black, or you can actually add some black into your red. You can just pick up some black, add it into your red. And I do all of this with the back of my brush, with the stick part of my brush. Okay, so I'm going to start with the trees, and you just fill these in. Okay. And I'm going to do this quickly because I don't want this to be a super long video. But you also want to make sure that your background is dry before you start doing this. You all are going to be at home, so you know you have time for it to dry. Go have a food break or refill your drink while you're waiting for this to dry. But I'm just doing this so that I can show you all what it's going to look like. Okay, so when it comes to the palm tree leaves, make sure you can see this. Okay. I want to trace out a branch first. Like that. I'm keeping my brush pointed towards the canvas. And lightly, starting on that line, just dropping my brush down. Doing the same thing here. Trace. Start on that line and make a little line. Make sure you have a little curve in it, okay? Trace, start at the end, and you go up. You're just flicking, little flicks. Okay. This is a nice brush, y'all. This is the blue brush that we're using. If I didn't say that, I'm sorry. Little flicks. I like doing leaves with this brush. It makes it really easy. And make sure they're uneven. You don't see how this is uneven here, and it's like some little spaces in between that. You don't want them to be, and I'm going to show you what you don't want to do. I'm going to trace here. Ooh. You don't want it to be like flat down. You don't want it to be even. I mean, well, actually, that doesn't even look that bad. So look, really, it's really no way you can mess this up, honestly. I just tried to mess it up and I didn't. So, trace, start at the end, flick, 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 flick. Just like that. Okay? And you do that for the entire thing. It doesn't matter if the leaves overlap. That's what you want. Fill it out. Flick, 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 flick. Okay? And you do that for all of them. When it comes to the tiki house, you do the same thing. You actually want there to be little lines. Okay? Just like that. I'm not using a lot of paint, but This is still wet, so that's why you can see through it like that. So again, make sure you let yours dry. And then you fill that in. Do yours a little bit neater than mine. Okay. And I don't know if I drew the hammock, but make sure that you take, if I didn't, you just take a line from here over there and make it droop down in the middle some. Okay. And that is really cute. I love this painting. Hopefully this helped you all. Again, yeah, hopefully you have some more, or you have some confidence now of finishing your painting. And again, thank you all for purchasing the Tiki Painting Kit, and I hope you enjoy your painting.